This method should guarantee you easy lobbies and Call of Duty on PC and console. My name is Zep folks and you are watching Zepcast, and today I have a brand new video for you guys talking about a new VPN service called LobbyGod. For those of you out there in the Call of Duty community who try to bypass skill-based matchmaking and get easier lobbies, you have heard of VPNs like this before. However, this one is different. LobbyGod offers a different way of connecting to their service, which should guarantee more consistency when trying to find easier lobbies. And not only this, but it works on console, something that we've never seen in the VPN scene before. So in today's video, we are going to show you how to set this VPN service up, and then we are going to put it to the test. Because folks, this is a sponsored video, but I'm not here to show you a product that I do not believe works. So the guys over at LobbyGod are going to let me run this test where I'm going to play 5 games without the VPN, 5 games with the VPN, track my average KD across both of those 5 games, and try and see from there whether the VPN actually works or not at finding easier lobbies. So folks, before we get to proving that it works, let me show you guys how to set it up on your system. So ladies and gentlemen, when you go onto the LobbyGod page, which by the way, the link to that will be down in the description below, so make sure to go check that out. You can go onto that page, make sure to sign up, and then once you are signed up and all ready to go, sign in and you will be brought to this page. As you can see on the right, you have your lobby country where you can relocate to a different location, which you can then check to see if it's working on your actual game. And when you're relocated in that location, that means that the VPN has activated on your system. And then over on the left, folks, you have your mission checklist with 1, activate LobbyGod on your network. And as you can see from mine, because I've already got it set up, it is active on the network. And then number 2 is set up your gaming device. Configure our DNS servers on your gaming device is what it will say. And if you're wondering how do I do that, well, don't worry, that's where the tutorial comes in, because your old pal Zep is going to show you. So if you're running Xbox One or Xbox Series X, this is how you set it up. On the Xbox dashboard, scroll over to the right and click on the settings cog. Select the network setting tab. On the next page, select advanced settings. Then select DNS settings and fill in the primary and secondary DNS with the following, as you can see on your screen right here. Click confirm and restart your Xbox, and that should be you good to go for you Xbox users. On PlayStation, you guys are quite lucky as the setup is super simple. On your PlayStation, visit the settings menu and select network. Choose to set up an internet connection and choose Wi-Fi or LAN depending on how you connect to the internet. Then choose custom and select your home or the network you are gaming on. Then you want to choose automatic for IP address settings. Choose do not specify for DHCP hostname. Choose manual for DNS settings, and then fill in the primary and secondary DNS with the following that is seen on your screen. Choose automatic for the MTU settings and choose do not use for the proxy server. Once you have done this, click next to test the connection. After that, restart your PlayStation and then it's all good to go. And last but not least, folks, how to set it up on Windows 10. Click the start button and then select settings. Then click on network and internet. Select Wi-Fi or internet depending on what type of connection you are using. Then click on change adapter settings. Right click on the network adapter and click on properties. And then you want to uncheck Internet Protocol version 6, TCP IPv6. This is a very important step. Then you want to click on Internet Protocol version 4, which is TCP IPv4, to highlight it and click on properties. Fill in the primary DNS and secondary DNS, should I say, with the following numbers that are seen on your screen. And of course, you have the images here if you need a bit more help. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that should be set up on your Windows 10. As you can see here, folks, there are other ways to set it up. You can set up LobbyGod on your router and set it up on your Windows 11. There's loads of different ways that you can set it up on your system that would suit you best. So remember just to go to the FAQ page on LobbyGod if you want to have a look for yourself on how to set this up. So folks, that brings us to the testing. So first, we're going to be playing 5 games without the VPN and then 5 games with the VPN, as has been said. Now, the clip that you were about to see was recorded before this and before I got the haircut. So if you're wondering, should I say, why I look different, that is why I recorded the first 5 games without the VPN yesterday before I got my haircut, and then I got my haircut this morning before recording this, as we're moving on onto the day 2 to test it with the VPN. So forgive the things looking different, folks. Without further ado, let's get into those games, see how they went. Pass Step, take it away. So ladies and gentlemen, here we go, game number 1, and just very quickly, take a look at the scores here. So many people are currently sitting on level 250. I wonder if that will change when we use the VPN tomorrow. So you guys just keep an eye on that. If there's much of a change in the actual level of players, then surely the VPN is working by bypassing some of that skill-based matchmaking. Okay, so far guys, I am struggling a little bit. Now, it has been a while since I really try-harded at a Call of Duty game, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that. That might be a little bit a part of the reason, but so far, I mean, to be fair, I just got a nice kill there, but it's not going great. Okay, so game 1 we were 34 and 16. Not actually too bad, but honestly that game did not feel very good. I didn't get really more than 2 or 3 kills at a time. I felt like I was struggling for a lot of that. Yeah, honestly, just one of those games where, yeah, I done the best. We won just about. You could definitely tell skill-based matchmaking was in effect with how close that game was. But it was just a bit boring. Nothing really entertaining happened. Okay, game number 2, 26 and 24. Definitely not as good at that time. That lobby was quite tough. And honestly, the way this is feeling now, it is going to be a long 10 games. The lobbies are definitely getting harder. It's very sweaty. It's quite hard to enjoy at the moment. Still positive just about, but yeah, in for a long one here. Okay, so game number 3 is just done, guys, and oh man, that was horrible. Honestly, what I think I'm going to do from here is that I am just going to play 5 games, do 5 and 5, rather than 10 of each, 10 without the VPN and 10 with, because my god, this is draining the life out of me. Again, 25 and 21, not bad, but nothing great whatsoever. Oh man, this is tough. I'm gonna switch to a sub, I think, for the last 2 games. Now don't worry, I won't make it unfair when I test it with the VPN. I'll do the first 3 games with this same tack so that I get similar results with a similar type of weapon. But man, so far this is tough. Okay, so I have a feeling my KD was pretty good there, and just also let you guys know I'm not taking assists into account, but I have to say that was by far the worst lobby so far. The players are absolutely horrible to play against. Such sweaty tryhards in the way that they were playing with stat pad, and 32 and 36. I had a feeling, even though I had some good moments, that game was awful. Okay, folks, here we go. Final game without the VPN. Thank God, to be honest, because this has been tough. Even though I've had some moments, this has not been the most enjoyable experience. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, game 5 is over, and as you can see, thank God it's over. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, there you have it on the screen. 5 games without the VPN, and our average KD is 1.13373, which honestly sounds about right. We had game number 1 and game number 3 to an extent where we done quite well, propped up the numbers. Then the game quickly corrected that by giving us worse lobbies, or harder lobbies to play in, should I say, which led to worse KDs, and it evened out to what I believe to be around my average KD in Call of Duty, if not slightly above. So yeah, those games were pretty horrible to play, if you couldn't tell by my reaction in them, and yeah, that's what it's like for me without a VPN. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to move on to playing with the VPN. Really looking forward to getting into this one and seeing if there actually is a difference. Okay, folks, map number 1 is going to be TDM on shipment. What a weird one to get for starting off. I actually am very curious to see how this one will play. And we already look at the scores of the lobby. The scores they're still kind of mixed as they were before, so nothing that we can really judge as of yet. I know I said I'd be using the same guns, but I'm just going to split it into a 3 and 2 because I don't really want to use attack on this map, I don't think. So I'm going to stick to trying using this gun. And honestly, we got kind of a bad map to be able to tell this off game number 1, because no, I don't think no matter how good you are on this map, it's very good to keep it's very hard, should I say, to keep a consistent KD. As you can tell, I can barely speak because I'm concentrating on trying to play, but so far it's not happening. This is absolute chaos. Oh, I'm sorry, but why was I getting electric shocks for so long there? I mean, it helped me get 2 kills, but still. Okay, well, the positives of shipment. Game number 1 flew by rather quick. 29 and 19. Let's see what we get from that. Okay, so we got our nice KD from game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Have we run into a... Oh. Kind of hard to tell, but I think we might have run into a cheater. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 is done, and that was an incredibly strange lobby. Depending on whether I cut it out of the video, I'm not sure, but I was really thinking of chalking that lobby because there was some stuff going on there that was a little bit bizarre to the point of where I thought maybe players were cheating. But I think this is actually an instance of the VPN working at 24 and 22. Really average KD there, but I really think from that lobby that the VPN is actually working because let me explain what I do really quickly as I input the numbers here. So the VPN is essentially working in a way where it's just going to match us into with people that are sometimes not always bad. There are just people that could be potentially using other VPN services or just completely randomized. And there was a good few players in that lobby who seemed to have Chinese names or names of that area, and also had a lot of high ping. So I think we ran into a lobby where people were using VPNs. The lobby itself was very weird. I think this is one of those just instances where the VPN doesn't guarantee you a good lobby in a certain game, but just gives you a lobby full of people that aren't bound directly to you on the skill-based matchmaking. So what I can tell directly from that second game that we've played is that the VPN is having an effect, and it is working to an extent. We just got to keep playing and hope that it throws us into an easy lobby, because for those of you who know VPNs, you know that it's a case of sometimes because it pulls away the skill-based matchmaking doesn't mean that every game you're in is easy. So we're just going to have to keep playing until we get into a lobby that is hopefully way easier. Okay, game number 3. I've loaded in mid-game, but it's literally just begun, so I think we can work with that. Oh, nice level 2 to begin with. Oh, and look at the lobby. Look at the levels. Or maybe they're just loading, but still, 27, 77, 36. That's very low level, guys. We might have hit a good lobby here. All right, game number 3 in the bag. 100% a bot lobby. I know I fumbled the bag a little bit there. Okay, shut up. Okay, so folks, now we're out with them talking. I gotta talk real quick. 1,000,000% a bot lobby. 15 deaths, but that's only because I fumbled the bag at the very start. I was dying a lot. I wasn't playing it right. The lobby again felt weird, but 1,000,000% that was a bot lobby. I'm going to absolutely pop off. And even before I started popping off, I could realize that was a bot lobby, just the way that those guys were playing. But I was just choking it. That, in my mind, single-handedly proves that the VPN can get you easier lobbies, but we are going to play good just to continue out the test. Because remember, if you remember earlier in the video, I did get a good score on my first game, game number 1, without the VPN, but that is because on your first day of playing, the game usually gauges throughout the day how you're playing, and then puts you into lobbies that sort of accommodate that. So that could be why I got a good game number 1 going without the VPN. But now with the VPN, game 3, I've just had the best lobby yet, and let's hope we can keep this going. Merciless, baby. Or they might, I think they are. They're spawned there again now. Hello, there's one. Yes. Who shot me? Was it the enemy in the window? No way. I was on like, yeah, I was on a 12 streak, I think there. Maybe 11? Yes, folks. Oh, the KD from game number 4, 31 and 11. You'll love to see it. Definitely a noticeable difference in these lobbies, so let's gear up, get into the final game so we can give you the final results. Yes. Merciless, baby. Woo! No! Let's go. No! I was actually on for a nuke 17 streak. Let's keep going. Nah, damn it. So far, 25 and 2. What a beginning. Let's go. 45 kills and 100-point TDM. That's a good game. Folks, 45 and 8. Oh my god, what a KD. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me take you to the final tallies. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the final results, there is a clear winner. Without the VPN, our average KD across the lobbies that we played was 1.13373 out of the 5 games. Now, one of those games was horrific. 3 of those games were boring and average, and 1 was actually a pretty good start. So a relatively even performance and pretty standard for your skill-based matchmaking Call of Duty. But then going over to activating the VPN, first lobby, was strange, but we done well. Second lobby, very weird, to the point of where I thought teams were cheating, but we ended up getting in there and having an average result nonetheless. Then for games 3 and 4, which is games 8 and 9 here because I'm counting from 1 to 10 throughout the entire games, I actually left the original games that we played because they were very sniper heavy lobbies, and at this point I could really tell the VPN was having an effect. It clearly just took a few games to really kick in, but once you got playing those games, oh my god, brilliant games. 2.8 and 2.818 on the KDs, great games to play. And then the final game that you were just after watching on Crown Raceway, 5.625 of the KD, nearly began with a nuke 17 kill streak. Folks, I have to say it categorically, this VPN works without a doubt, and as I said, does work on PC and console. Now, the important thing to note with this, it's not the dream story that people think a VPN would be. It's one of those ones where, like a lot of other VPNs, but this is, in my opinion, a better one that works, it's still a case of it being like not every game you get into guarantees easy lobbies. All a LobbyGod VPN will do, which is what it should do, is balance out the skill-based matchmaking by just getting rid of it. It gets rid of the skill-based matchmaking, which means you're not getting into easy lobbies, you're getting into random lobbies. So a lot of the time that will lead to easier lobbies, but sometimes that'll lead to dodgy lobbies, lead to lobbies with good players. But a lot of the time, because 90% of the player base are players who, you know, aren't like up to a standard, you're more than likely going to get into good lobbies, as you saw there at game 6 and 7, where they were pretty average games, even with the VPN activated. But then games 8, 9, and 10, they were very good, and I played very well in them, but ultimately it was a case of the opposition was way easier to kill. So clearly there is a difference to be shown there, and look, at the end of the day, folks, you can turn around and say, oh, well, you just played better in those games. Well, I assure you that I did not. I gave it my all in all the games, but if you really want categorical proof, let me know down in the comments below. If you want that, make sure to subscribe, leave a like on this video, and make sure to go and sign up to LobbyGod, or at least follow the guys at LobbyGod, because fingers crossed, we could potentially come back when the stat tracker is active in Call of Duty Modern Warfare and try it then, so we can unequivocally see that it works in the lobbies, because the previous stat trackers that we had for Warzone and Modern Warfare 2019 and all those tracked the average ranks of the lobby, so you could clearly see if a VPN was working. And now that that's due to be reactivated for the new wave of Warzone 2 and Modern Warfare 2, that's where we can run a test to definitively prove to you in the very near future that this works. And also let me know if you'd like to see me run this on Warzone, because it also does work over there, folks. So if you want to see that, make sure to let me know. Well, that's the end of the video, guys. Again, thank you so much over to the people at LobbyGod for sponsoring this video and making it possible. You guys are awesome, and I really love your service. I hope everyone who is watching this video enjoys the service, goes over, signs up, and gives it a go, because I guarantee it makes the games way more enjoyable. I mean, just even look at my reactions from playing. I was enjoying those lobbies that I just played in way more than I was without the VPN. So just not even for doing good, but just for enjoyment purposes alone, the VPN could be the perfect thing for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Zep. You've been watching Zepcast, and I'll see you in the future. Take care. Peace.